Hello friends, welcome to another video. Today's review is Death at the Party by Amy Stewart. This is one of my 12 books recommended by 12 friends by my friend Cherie. I borrowed it from my library because I didn't know if I'd like it or not, so I didn't want to buy it. I was happily surprised. So, I will read the insert. Nadine Walsh's summer garden party is in full swing. The neighbors all have cocktails, the catered food is exquisite, and everything's going according to plan. But Nadine, devoted wife, loving mother, and doting daughter, find herself standing over a dead body in her basement while her guests clink glasses upstairs. What happened? How did it come to this? Rewind to that morning when Nadine is in her kitchen making last-minute preparations before she welcomes more than 100 guests to her home to celebrate her mother's birthday. But her husband is of little help to her. Her two grown children are consumed with their own concerns, and only her mother knows that today isn't just a birthday party. It marks another anniversary as well. Still, Nadine will focus just on tonight. Everyone deserves a celebration after the year they've had. A chance for fun, a chance to forget. But it's hard to forget when Nadine's head is swirling secrets, haunting memories, and concerns about what might happen when her guests unite. So, Nadine is obviously the hostess, and her husband Paul, and her mom Marilyn, and her two kids Isabel and... I can't remember her son's name. I'm trying to look it up right now. That's why Damien. Her son Damien. So that's the main family. And then they have several friends. The store owner Marvin and his daughter Lacey. She's dropping things all over the floor. And a bunch of friends. So their next door neighbor, oh my goodness, his name was just on the tip of my tongue. Julian Simone is not the neighbor. He is a journalist who is stalking her mother, who is a famous author. I'm trying to find the name of everybody. Teddy. Teddy is the next door neighbor. I'm trying to find... Her Aunt Colleen is important. Seymour and Lionel. So those are the other two main characters that are kind of important. They are her husband Paul's... Well, Seymour's his lawyer partner, like Paul's lawyer, Seymour's his partner, also a neighbor, and Lionel is one of the three of them is their childhood friends. They all grew up together, and he's also a neighbor. And I should mention Teddy was Seymour's older brother's friend, so he knows them as well, grew up with them. So the book is kind of just following Nadine's day. It starts just like it says at the beginning, where she's standing over a dead body in her basement. And then we go back to the beginning of the day and follow her day as she's getting ready for the party and what's going on in her head and all the things that have happened within the past year and also from the anniversary for before. I'm not really spoiling it because it says it right near the beginning of the book. The other anniversary is the death of her Aunt Colleen that happened 30 years on her mother's 30th birthday party. Colleen was 15 and Nadine was 10. So it was a long time ago, 30 years. Nadine was just a child, so it's caused her trauma, and it's sort of her still coping with that as an adult, and other things that have happened in her life recently and stuff that's happened just within their neighborhood and her daughter's social life and her son's social life, all sorts of things like that. It's pretty much all in first person point of view, from Nadine's point of view, the whole book. There's no other person's points of view. I didn't see any plot holes except for at the very end. It's not really a plot hole, more of a just the way it ended. I usually wait till the end to talk about the end. It sort of ended. It's open ended. It leaves a lot to the imagination. We can all assume that everything works out 100% perfectly. She leaves things leaning towards that. But there's some things that she doesn't actually wrap up efficiently enough. You just sort of guess that that's what happens. But a lot of conflicts are solved by the end, but one thing is sort of left open. The book, we know who the murderer is right from the beginning. It's finding out who dies. That's the mystery that we're trying to solve, is who is murdered. So a little bit different than other books. Usually you're trying to find out who the murderer is. It's not my usual genre. Definitely no magic, no dragons, no anything like that. It's based in the real world, real people. Well, they're made up people, but people just like us, just normal day. I didn't really notice any twists thrown in. Like I said, it's just little hints here and there to try and figure out who gets murdered. Definitely no serious tropes going on. A little bit different, like I said, than I don't really know for sure because I don't read a lot of mysteries, but usually you're trying to find out who the murderer is, and this one you're trying to find out who the murdered is. So there's that makes it a little bit different. And I will admit that it did give me some emotions. There's River, I forgot River. River is Isabella's best friend and Seymour's daughter, who is their neighbor who lives across the street. River is one of the ones that has something happen to her that is part of the drama, and that at the beginning gave me emotions, and at the end gave me emotions. Sad and shock at the beginning, happy at the end. But still, like, strong emotions where I actually teared up a little bit. Mostly because I really felt for her. Like, yeah. You have to read it to find out what happens to her. She survives. Doesn't die. There's only one person who dies technically two. Technically two people die in this book. There's a few flashbacks of, not really super flashbacks, but Nadine going into her memories about what happened when she was a kid. I can't think of any books it compares to because I don't really read that kind of stuff. I can compare it to other Amy Stewart books. I did like the writing style. It did keep me engaged, but it did still take me a while to read it, longer than some books normally take me to read. I would give it a 3 out of 5 star rating. It's a good book. The writing is good. The characters are likable and kind of relatable. I can't really relate to the main character just because of what she's been through, but I can understand other people relating to her because of what she's been through. Nothing really stood out to me though. Not a crazy page turner. Like, I wanted to know who got murdered, but I didn't. Like, I wasn't like enthralled trying to find out. Not till the very end when we were getting closer. And you figure it out. If you're paying attention, you should figure it out earlier. Not like more than halfway through the book before I figured it out. I liked it. I will not be rereading it. It will be getting returned to the library. But thank you, Cherie, for the suggestion, for getting me reading out of my comfort zone. I do like the flowers on the on the cover. I think that's just a random theme for the party. But they're pretty. Flowers are always pretty. Anyway, I hope you guys all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I hope you liked my video. Please click and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.